What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and this is a huge week on the drop because we have the release of the Xbox One X as well as Doom on the Nintendo Switch, a brand new Need for Speed game, and a ton of honorable mentions, including some pretty awesome DLC. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Kicking things off, we have Need for Speed Payback, coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Need for Speed, one of the world's best-selling video game franchises, returns with a vengeance in the new action-driving blockbuster Need for Speed Payback. Set in the underworld of Fortune Valley, you and your crew are reunited by a search for vengeance against the House, a nefarious cartel that rules the city's casinos, criminals, and cops. In this corrupt gambler's paradise, the stakes are high and the House always wins. Play a variety of challenges and events as Tyler, the racer, Mac, the showman, and Jess, the wheelman. Each driver must take on races, missions, and challenges to earn the respect of the Valley's underground and compete in the ultimate race to finally take down the House. Your car is at the center of everything you do. Craft unique rides with deeper performance and visual customization than ever before. Push them to the limit when you narrowly escape the heat in epic police chases. Go head-to-head with other racers on or off-road through canyons, deserts, mountains, and the city. Raise the stakes by putting down additional in-game currency.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
On events, challenges, and missions to multiply your winnings or risk losing it all. You will probably lose it all with microtransactions and small purchases of that nature. For ultimate bragging rights, connect via autolog recommendation and compete with your friends, and for the first time with potential rivals. Your leaderboard will populate with other players of similar skill level so you can see how you rank around the world. From insane heist missions to devastating car battles to jaw-dropping set-piece moments, Need for Speed Payback delivers an edge-of-your-seat action-driving fantasy. So the main bulk, the main value of what this game is bringing to the table really is the fact that it has a very, very in-depth story as compared to previous Need for Speed games. In my mind and in the minds of many others, Need for Speed and Burnout are kind of synonymous with each other in that you just kind of race cars and wreck them pretty often, and in general it's just a high-octane, testosterone-filled wreck fest, and that's just what I like in my Need for Speed and Burnout games. However, with Need for Speed Payback, it's a little bit different. You still have that over-the-top, high-octane action full of testosterone and, adrenaline-pumping action and things along those lines. However, you do have three individual stories that are told, and they all kind of encapsulate the story of taking down this nefarious cartel, and that's something we haven't really seen in Need for Speed before. We've seen the attempt at a story, but nothing this fleshed out. So with the story of Tyler, Mac, and Jess coming out this week, I think that it is the perfect time for a kind of rebirth of the Need for Speed franchise because we haven't really had a good one over the course of the past couple of years, and really the next best thing we've had is The Crew and The Crew 2, and it's not hitting on too much for me. So hopefully Need for Speed Payback brings back my love for the franchise, but I suppose we'll have to wait and see whenever the game comes out this week on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Next up, we have Sonic Forces coming to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch, and the PC. In Sonic Forces, the evil Dr. Eggman has conquered much of the world with the help from a powerful and mysterious new villain named Infinite. Now you must assist Sonic and build an army to reclaim the world as they fight against chaos and destruction. Defeat enemies with blazing speed as modern Sonic, catapult past perilous platforms, a lot of P's and alliteration there, as classic Sonic, and create your very own custom hero character equipped with a variety of powerful gadgets. Experience fast-paced action with these three unique gameplay styles, explore iconic stages, plus fight across unique added content with Shadow as a playable character. Whenever I am looking at this trailer, it's very interesting to see all of the different kind of generations of Sonic come together, both in name and in gameplay style, because you see the platform mechanics, you see the third-person kind of over-the-top running through maze style of gameplay. I'm not really sure what you would categorize that as, but it is the classic kind of 3D Sonic gameplay, and you see things like this that do make it very intriguing. However, there have been no reviews released at the time of making this video, which is Sunday morning, I suppose, Eastern time. And so whenever you're talking about that kind of brings a little bit of worry to a lot of people's minds, including myself, because are the developers not proud of the game? Do they not want to publicize the game with positive reviews that will come if the game is high quality? Are they concerned? It's just kind of one of those things that makes you think a little bit. So with that being taken into account, I still hold my hopes high for Sonic Forces. I'm not going to say it's going to be a fantastic game, but I am interested to check it out, especially after the success of Sonic Mania earlier in the year. So with that being said, Sonic Forces is again coming to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch, and the PC this week. Next up, we've got Doom coming to the Nintendo Switch. I could pretty much just say rip and tear, and that's pretty much what we have here, but let's go ahead and read the full description. Developed by id Software, the studio that pioneered the first-person shooter genre and created multiplayer deathmatch, Doom returns as a brutally fun and challenging modern-day shooter experience. Relentless demons, impossibly destructive guns, and fast, fluid motion provide the foundation for intense first-person combat, whether you're obliterating demon hordes through the depths of hell in a single-player campaign or competing against your friends in numerous multiplayer modes. You've come here for a reason. The Union Aerospace Corporation's massive research facility on Mars is overwhelmed by fierce and powerful demons, and only one person stands between their world and ours. As the lone Doom Marine, you've been activated to do one thing: kill them all. There is no taking cover or stopping to regenerate health. That's a bit much. You do get health back throughout the level. As you beat back Hell's raging demon hordes, combine your arsenal of futuristic and iconic guns, upgrades, movement, and advanced melee systems to knock down, slash, stomp, crush, or blow apart demons in creative and violent ways. And then in multiplayer, dominate your opponents in Doom's signature fast-paced arena-style combat in both classic and all-new game modes. Annihilate your enemies using your personal blend of skill, powerful weapons, vertical movement, and unique power-ups that allow you to play as a demon. There is no getting around the fact that Doom is an incredible game on a lot of different fronts. Visually, it is stunning. I mean, I played it on my PC at middle, high to ultra settings, so you know, I have a pretty good experience going from that. And it is smooth, it is gory, it is destructive, and it is borderline perfect as far as the visual fidelity of the game goes. But on top of that, the gameplay just shines through, and that core gameplay mechanic, what makes Doom 2016 Doom 2016, is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I say it this way because the game on the Switch is not going to look anything like the way it looks on the PC or the PlayStation 4 Pro or anything along those lines. In fact, the file size for the Nintendo Switch version of Doom is 30% of the PC file size, meaning they have taken a lot of the textures, a lot of the additional things that make it look pretty overall out of the game. I mean, that's just kind of what it comes down to. However, looking at the gameplay, it still looks fantastic. It still looks beautiful. The textures are still there. There is nothing that is bad about the way the game looks. It's just going to be toned back a bit in exchange for being able to play Doom wherever you want, which is something that is very, very interesting for somebody that's in college, for somebody that uses public transportation to get to work, for somebody that has a lot of time to kill throughout their work day. This is going to be a fantastic experience because of that core gameplay. It's mixed with graphics that are still good when it comes down to it. I know that I've ridiculed the Nintendo Switch version of Doom for a while in past videos, but when it comes down to it, the core gameplay experience is still there. It is still going to be fantastic, and for Switch owners, this is overwhelmingly a win because it does show Bethesda does care about the Nintendo Switch, and it will be really interesting to see what goes on with Wolfenstein 2 whenever it hits the Switch in 2018. And to wrap it all up, we have the Xbox One X, and this is one that I just kind of want to talk about for a minute or two, so bear with me here. What is the Xbox One X? It is the most powerful gaming console to date. Now, is it comparable to a $2,500 gaming PC? No, it's not. That's what it comes down to. However, it is 40% more powerful than the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, any iteration of it that is on store shelves right now. At $499, it is proclaimed that the console can achieve a native 4K resolution, run at 60 frames per second, and also decrease loading times and make an overall better experience for the player as they simply experience the worlds within games like Assassin's Creed Origins, which is being upgraded to support the Xbox One X, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Call of Duty World at War, and a plethora of other games that are getting support from the past, as well as games that are coming out this fall and inevitably games that are coming out in the future. The Xbox One X is pretty much the new poster boy for Xbox and Microsoft overall. This gaming console release specifically is very interesting to me because it enhances an idea that we saw with the release of the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One S, because probably back in 2013, I would say, whenever the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out, we had pretty much this baseline starting point where if you wanted to play on Xbox, you got an Xbox One. If you wanted to play on PlayStation, you got a PlayStation 4. Then we saw the introduction of the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One S. Although not necessarily incredibly more powerful, both consoles did kind of up the ante. They support 4K resolutions, whether upscaled or native, depending on the game. They did support new kinds of resolutions and pushed gaming to where it has never been before on consoles. And so now with the Xbox One X, we're seeing another tier of the Xbox One introduced. And this is kind of a brand new dynamic that is going to change the way we see console gaming over the course of, I would say, the next 5 or 10 years. Let's say you're going off to college and you're in the market for an Xbox One console. Let's just, hypothetically, a lot of people are going to be doing this. You can go on eBay and get one of the original models of the Xbox One for probably around $150. If you want to put a little bit more money into it, for around $200, you can get an Xbox One S. You've got support for a 4K resolution, whether native or upscaled, depending on the game, and overwhelmingly a little bit more power. And it's not going to overwhelmingly increase your experience, but you do get your money's worth pumping an extra $50 into it. If you're really into gaming, if you're a passionate Xbox guy, then you can invest $500 in an Xbox One X, and that is the ultimate console gaming experience. And so it just depends on how much money you want to put into your hardware. The experiences overwhelmingly are staying the same. It just depends on how much visual fidelity you need in those games. So with that being taken into account, I am certainly interested in the Xbox One X and what it is going to bring to the table, but I suppose we'll just have to see how gamers receive it this week and over the course of, I would say, the next year or so, just to kind of get a bare foundational starting point to see how this thing is going to be received in the long run. To wrap things up, some honorable mentions. We have Super Lucky's Tale coming to the Xbox One. We have Hand of Fate 2 coming to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Horizon Zero Dawn is getting its Frozen Wildlands DLC on the PlayStation 4. Hitman Game of the Year Edition is bringing the complete first season, the brand new Patient Zero campaign, escalation contracts, new weapons, new suits, challenges, improvements to existing features, and new lighting. A ton of stuff, essentially, to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. And Neo, which is a very, very beautiful game on the PlayStation 4, is coming to the PC in the form of a complete edition. And so, there you guys have it. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of The Drop. If you did, drop me a like down below, and in that comment section, let me know what you think about the Xbox One X or any of the games that I mentioned this week. Is anything striking your fancy, and will you pick it up? And if you happen to be new to the channel, I do upload new stuff throughout the week, so there's always something new whenever you do stop by to watch some videos, and follow me over on twitch.tv/TheSamuelAdams if you want to come over, hang out, play some PUBG, play some Strafe, whatever I'm playing, we can all hang out and talk about it together. But as for right now, I do want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I will talk to you soon. Peace.